Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. You see this face? She's a little cute today. She's a little bit more cute than she was last week, right? I know. You hear this voice, then you'll know that it is Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning. And it is time for Solid Saturday. So good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Uh, Good morning, Roosevelt. So I'm going to jump in and do what I do. I told you I'm not going to do a long introduction because we got guests this. Oh, that was bad English. We have guests this morning, this month, and I really just want to jump into it. So let me do my introduction. You already know today is going to be a great day because we serve a great God. So again, I say good morning and kingdom blessings to everyone. I am your host, CHERISE Stevenson, your life strategist. And again, I say good morning and welcome. So very briefly, very quickly, Solid Saturday is a platform of growth and encouragement that was birthed from the third installment of Unnamed and Unwanted. I know who I am, the process to positivity. It is not the only process, but it is a process on our way towards bigger, better, greater. We use this moment as a mirror, not to look at ourselves, but to look within ourselves with weekly readings of aspirations, which are positive quotes, inspirations, which are positive scriptures, and affirmations that we speak positivity over ourselves. And we do all this to carry us day by day, week by week, as we strengthen and grow and mature in the word of God, right? So as a mentor in a guide, we help each other, we help one another to find our joy and live life with intention and purpose. So this is season 4, year 3. Yay! Right? And our theme for this season has been, how bad do you want it? And then we extended it to ask, do you know what you want? And this has been a glorious, gratifying journey in this season, if I do say so myself, because I have seen my growth. I hear my maturity. I feel my healing. So I'm good. I'm good. So thank you again. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for those who will watch the replay. Thank you for those of you who watch on YouTube. Mwah! I love each and every one of you. Now, I normally do birthday shout outs and announcements. I'm doing all of that next Saturday. So let me just jump into the announcements. Before I do that, we're always praying for the government, praying for our world, praying for our leaders, praying for our churches, our pastors, our coverings. Good morning, Divine Destiny Cathedral, Bishop James A. Jones, and Yvonne Jones, the love of my life. I love them so much. Those are my leaders. And to my nanny and my dad, thank you. Good morning, Rufus and Shaka. Good morning, Rufus and Shaka. We're praying for them too. We are also praying for those who are still grieving and in bereavement. Please continue to pray for my girls, Liz and Tina. Today they actually they are doing the finalization of placement, let me say it that way, placement of their grandfather. I told you guys, he transitioned he was cremated, and now they have found the place where they can place his ashes. I think they taught me it's called a niche or something like that. I don't. It's like a mausoleum for a casket, but it's just for urns. So she and her sister are on their way to Hartsdale, Connecticut, to lay her grandfather, her grandmother, and her mother to final rest. So we're definitely praying for them. Again, I'm not doing birthday shout outs today. However, today is actually my sister's birthday. So I'm going to shout her out. And that is Robin Jackson. Happy birthday, you spoiled little monster. And I'll talk about her some more next week. But she's the only one that gets a shout out today, only because today is actually her birthday. Announcements are as follow. If you need the book, you want the book, it's on Amazon. And you can either inbox me and I can send it to you. I can have the whole trilogy. The trilogy is under the name Unnamed and Unwanted. You don't have to buy all 3 books. You can buy the books individually, but you would benefit better if you bought all 3. I said, doggone it. That's 2. So, announcements. Oh, there she go. Y'all say happy birthday to my sister, please, so I don't have to kill her later. And only because it's her birthday. Only because nobody else got their shout outs yet. I'm shouting out everybody next week. Everybody's going to celebrate with me next week. How about that? Okay? But announcements are as follow. You know, not only is this my birthday month, hint, 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 but it's also Father's Day. And so I take this time to set aside to celebrate our men. So this month, the month of June, is dedicated to our men. And the theme for our celebration of men is matters of the heart from the male perspective. We are going to learn about our men. We are going to support our men. We are going to do better by our men. We are going to be getting it right. The men is getting it together. We are getting it together. And we all going to be all right. Right, y'all? So this is what we're doing this month. We have a very, very special guest. He's been with us before. He is speaking. He's our revivalist for the month. He's our revivalist for the month. Right. So that's why I'm just trying to cut things a little short, because I want him to have full advantage of this platform. Again, right? So we're celebrating our men, we're supporting our men, we're encouraging our men. This is not Trash Your Man month. This is not that platform. This is not that platform. This is not this platform. Okay, great. We are here to strengthen and support our men, and we are here to awaken the king within our men. Men need to know that they are loved and they are supported and they are cared for. They matter. We appreciate their potential. We appreciate their efforts. We got them when they down. This is what this platform is about. And we're learning how to do that. And we're hearing the matters of the heart of our men. And I take my time when I talk about this because it needs to be said more. It needs to be said more. So with that, also, I want you to keep in mind July and August. We are on vacation. We are on vacation from being here on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. I and my team, of course, will be working behind the scenes because we got to create bigger, better, greater for September. But we will not be here live on Saturday mornings, July and August. So watch the replay, watch YouTube. Call me. If you miss me, call me. Call me, inbox me, but we will be on vacation July and August. Okay. Now listen. Next week, Saturday the 15th, is my birthday celebration. My birthday celebration. Me, we're celebrating me. We are going to have a good time. Jamel will not be here unless he wants to be here. But I need all 100 plus of you guys that show up for Jamel. Could y'all show up for me next week just to say happy birthday and just make me laugh, make me smile? Can y'all just love on me next week? Jamel will be back. Jamel will be back. Okay. I just had to put that out there. But what we're going to do next week, because I enjoyed it so much, the audience, I'm gonna let you guys interview me. We did it before for Women's History Month because I had to fill in for one of my guests at last minute. And because I enjoyed it so much, we're gonna do that again. I'm gonna share with y'all, y'all gonna share with me, and we are just going to have a good time. All right. My last announcement before I bring up our guest, we have homework for the summer. Even though we won't be here July and August, I think it was so godly strategic that where we left off in the book should carry us through the summer if we do our homework. So our last weekly session, let me put it up here so y'all can see. Our last weekly session is your homework. I need you to do and apply, actually memorize what we talked about in our last weekly session. Here it is. Very quickly, our aspiration was self-acceptance is self-love in action. I need you to find your actions and build and enhance your self-acceptance and self-love. Our scripture is Psalm 31:24. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord. That is our scripture, our summer scripture. And our affirmation is, I am working on. So we are working on our self-acceptance, our self-love in action. This is what we're doing for the summer. So y'all got something to do. I told y'all last week, you know how the kids get sent home with a homework packet to keep their mind stimulated? This is what's going to keep your mind stimulated July and August. And trust me, I am that teacher that's going to ask you, what did y'all do over the summer concerning this affirmation? Yes, I am. How many of you know that I will? I will, and I am. All right. So those are our announcements. We got homework. My birthday's next week, and we are celebrating men. So let us just segue into why we all are really here. But don't worry, my feelings ain't hurt. Don't worry about it. My feelings are not hurt. I love y'all for loving him. So without further ado, everybody say good morning to Jamel Lewis. Woo! Good morning. Oh, we can't hear you. No, I see you moving. There's no volume.
Aha.
Aha. There you go.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. I don't know what's in store for today. I don't know if we're going to continue from last week. I don't know if you got something new. I don't know if we're doing questions and answers. I don't know, but I know I am here with my pen and paper because y'all think I be playing. I'm ready. Pen and paper. I'm ready. We are with Jamel Lewis with Matters of the Heart from the Male Perspective. And if you missed it last week, I admonish you to go watch YouTube or watch the replay. And again, a disclaimer before he starts. Good morning to everyone who has come on. I am not going to shout y'all out while the guest is on because I do not want to be a distraction, but know that good morning. I love you. Thank you all for being here. I see you. All right. So now I digress and we turn this over to Jamel Lewis.
Well, it's good to be with y'all this morning. And it's even better to talk about such a important subject, because it's not really discussed much about the matters of men's hearts, So those are usually secret places that men build within themselves, because most times men don't even talk about what's going on with other peers, let alone anybody else. So this is monumental, believe it or not. This is monumental. So let's get to it. Last week we spoke about a man's voice.
Yes, Lord.
And how important it is for that voice to be acknowledged, to be heard, and to be expressed. This week I want to talk about something that no man can live without. How about y'all say this? RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. You see, as men, we can deal with a lot of things. We can take a lot of things. We can endure a lot of things. But one thing we can't endure, one thing that men will not go without, is respect. Respect is the highest form of acknowledgement you can give to any man. And when respect is not there, when it is not felt, when it is not communicated to, a man will definitely shut down. He will up and leave. Do you hear what I'm telling you? I don't care how good the bedroom stuff is. I don't care how awesome a woman looks. I don't care how other men may even look at the woman he has and be like, ooh, I want that. That man, if he's not getting respect, he's going to leave. He's going to find respect somewhere. So we would hope that it would be with the women that we are with. With that being said, guys, this is what I have to say to us. In order for us to garner that respect, we have to do respectful things. If you are not doing respectful things, if we do not respect our own selves, trust and believe that our environment around us will reflect that back to us. And we'll be wondering, why is everybody being disrespectful with me? And we'll be getting upset and frustrated because we're seeing all this disrespect. But it's really your outside world reflecting back to you what your inside world looks like. If we are not respecting ourselves, then everything in nature will let us know that we have to do better by showing us exactly what we're doing within ourselves by people doing it to us outside of ourselves. That's number one. And if y'all got any questions, y'all can chime in at any time, and I'll get with you. So a lot of times when we see the women we are with not being respectful to us, not showing us the respect that we feel we deserve, the first thing we have to do is check what's going on the inside of us. Check and make sure that we are respecting ourselves. Because if we are, then we know that we have to address an issue with our women. But if we're not, then the issue isn't really them. The issue is really us. And they're just treating us the way we've been treating ourselves. So that is a harsh reality for us to wake up to that, because sometimes what we do in fun is something that is not respectful to our whole being. I'll give you an example. If we out here smashing everything moving, that is not respectful to ourselves. If we're out here letting people walk all over us, calling it that we're being patient, that is not respecting ourselves. There is a firmness that we must stand in when it comes to our respectability and our manhood. They are non-negotiable. They are non-negotiable. You can't talk to me any kind of way. I don't care who you are. Even at a certain age, there was a time where my mother and my father couldn't talk to me the same way they did as if I was 12 when I'm in my 20s, because I'm not a child anymore. And the same must be said for even your workplace. I don't care who boss you think you are, you will respect me. Because if you do not respect me, I'm going to show you how to respect me. It is non-negotiable. We can't play no games with respect. We can't play no games with respect. And let me tell you what will happen. A woman will always try to see just how far they can push a man. Always believe that. Always believe that. Women, I'm coming for you now. Don't beat me up. I'm just going to be honest about it. You know, is it safe to say if the woman we are with should be able to notice they are giving us that disrespect and correct it? I'll say this. They should be able to notice it, but we're not going to deal with shoulds. We're going to deal with, you will notice it because I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to point it out. So I give you no excuse. No, I am not comfortable with the way you're talking to me. No, I am not comfortable with the way you're handling me. No, I am not comfortable. Maybe you could have said that differently. In fact, I advise you to say it differently, because this is not homogeneous to us working on the same level here, because now you'll be sitting there asking questions all calm and be wondering why I'm over here huffing and puffing. So I'm gonna let you know. Now, baby, you gotta talk to me a little bit differently than that. You know, where's that sweetness at? Where's that kindness at? You already know. You get anything you want with honey. You start talking to me like you got gravel in your voice, we're gonna have a problem. And you know what? Every real woman will respect it. Because, again, if you cannot stand up for yourself to your woman, women always listen to this, that man will not be able to stand up to another man when it comes to you or him. I gotta defend myself from. Listen to me. I like powerful people. I like powerful women. I like women that know their power. I like women that know that they're walking in a certain authority. But I also want you to know, even though you walk in that authority, you better play nice with me. Because you don't play nice with me, my authority will supersede yours in my life. So, yeah, like we've got to make it our business to communicate how we feel. You know what I'm saying? So, and we can't worry about trying to make them communicate with us. My job is to communicate from my side. Your job is to communicate from your side. If you cannot communicate from your side, or you refuse to communicate from your side, guess what happens? I'm going to take you back to the manufacturer. But I think something broke. I don't know what's going on, but this version ain't working. I need another one. I need another one. No one deserves to be disrespected. Even if you're being disrespected, we shouldn't disrespect somebody else. If you're disrespecting me, I'm going to tell you you're disrespecting me. And then if you don't stop, I'm going to remove myself from the equation. That's how it should be handled. But, you know, we got hotheads like me sometimes who go into the situation is like, now, not with women, because with women, I'm just going to move you out the way. Like, all right, move around. Next. But if another dude run up on me trying to disrespect, it ain't going to, 9 times, I'm a hothead, and I'm working on it. I've been working on it for a long time. It's not going to end the way they think it's going to end. It's definitely going to be there's going to be some smoke. It's going to be some smoke. Because there's no way you're going to talk to me any kind of way. When my parents don't talk to me any kind of way. When my child doesn't talk to me any kind of way. And they're the closest thing to me. A word, the batteries are dead. But understand, we have to work on, men, we have to work on respecting ourselves. And that respect, we have to see how far and how deep it goes. First and foremost, respect our bodies. As much as I love sex, and I love it, I love it almost as much as I love my child. That's how she got here, praise God. But what I do understand is this. I can't give away all this greatness and goodness to every hood rat running the street, because they're still on their journey to find their greatness and their goodness. And when you start intermingling your greatness and your goodness with people who have not found that yet on their journey, you can easily contaminate your whole entire being, because you start to traverse on lower energy spectrums. And I know that sounds, but it is what it is. Everybody's not worthy. Everybody's not worthy to be laid down with. Everybody's not worthy to be sharing that intimacy with. Everybody's not worthy for you to bully them in the bedroom. And when you start messing with those who are not worthy, you automatically bring down your own self-worth. Self-worth. There we go. You wanted to say something, cuz?
Yeah, I was trying to get in there. Thank you for noticing that. So it's normally been said that some people don't know how to love because they've never been loved, right?
Okay.
How does that work with respect? Some people don't know how to be respectful because they've never been respected. So this is why these guys are so hard, or they so street, or that mindset. How do we deal with the mindset of becoming respectful?
Well, it all boils down to this. Even though you may not have ever been respected, we have an inert knowing. That knowing says, you know when someone's not treating you right. That doesn't feel good. That doesn't, the energy is off. When you know, this is how you know about respect. I want to treat you how I want to be treated. Everybody knows how they want to be treated. I want to feel good with my interactions with you. I want my interactions and my intersections with you to be things that make me smile, things that make me think, things that build me, things that foster a relationship of understanding, of communication. We all want that. Every last one of us. Even evil people want that. If those things are not being shown, and I've expressed to you that they're not being shown, and you do not move from what I have expressed to you, then you're on the express train out. That's bottom line. That's the bottom line. You know, we have to understand that respect is a funny currency. It's a funny currency. Attention is the currency of the world, right? But attention is like the dollar bills of the world. Respect is like the $100 bills of the world. And you gotta make sure that the attention you attract will build into the $100 bill you're looking to store in your pocket. Some of us are too cheap with our attention that we never get to respect because we're so busy chasing attention. And that is what we got to understand. As long as I'm getting respect, it will always garner attention because respect is the higher currency. It is the higher frequency. But if I mess over my attention, if I mess over the value of my attention, I can end up not just decreasing the value of the respect, but I decrease the value of the actual intention. So instead of working with dollar bills, now you're working with pennies. Because people just want to see you up here acting a fool. And while you're acting a fool, they ain't gonna throw dollar bills at you on the stage like they would with the strippers. You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna throw pennies and nickels at you. You're still getting their attention, but this attention hurts. We have to understand that respect is something that it's paramount to successful living. Any man that lets you disrespect him, he is not successful. There is no success on his side because Respect is necessary for that high living, for that high standard, for that ability to go out and achieve. I need to have that respect. And as a man, we want your respect more than we want your love. I love you. Well, you better act like it. Because we have too many people running around here with so much love and so little respect. Which lets me know that you don't really know what love is. Because love cannot be without respect. At some point, we've got to learn that the way we interact with each other has to be from a vantage point of respect. Because if it's not, you're automatically going to cause conflict. Where there is no respect, there is conflict. Where there is no respect, there is a lack of where there is no respect, there is a possibility of a very explosive situation. So just because you saying what you saying, ladies, and that man ain't saying nothing yet, understand when that yet comes to pass, it's going to be like a powder keg, and you're going to wonder where did all of this come from? And men, in order for us to hold on to our respect and our ability to control our emotions, we have to demand respect. Because where disrespect is, automatically your emotions begin to go awry. You might not say nothing the first time, might not say nothing the second time, might not say nothing the 10th time, but on that 11th time, all of a sudden you find yourself and you got your boss in the chokehold. All of a sudden you find yourself yelling at the top of your voice in a threatening manner to your woman when you didn't mean to, because you didn't address it. You've got to make it your point to address any disrespectful intents, any disrespectful language. No, it must be addressed. I can't give it no time. Nope, you got to change your. I don't know who you do. You can't outman me, baby. I love you, but you can't outman me, baby. I love you, but mine's hang lower than yours. Get it together. Talk to me correctly. What is the proper way for a man to demand respect? Just the way I did it. CV, right? Just the way I did it. Excuse me, baby, you all right? You all right? Having a hard day? What's going on? Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Because I don't like the way you're talking to me. I don't feel comfortable with the way you're talking to me. So obviously something must be off. So talk to me. What's going on with your day? After you finish talking about her day, okay, baby, now you know you can always talk to me. You don't have, but it's the way you talk to me. And if you're talking to me in the wrong ways, I can't be of a help to you because you've already sabotaged your help by talking to me in the wrong way. And then sometimes it has to be a little sterner than that. Sometimes it has to be like, excuse me, what's wrong with your mouth? Who you talking to? You talk to your father like that? Then don't talk to me like that. Get it together so we can both be on the same page. I love you. Love you much. I love you dearly. But it has to be addressed immediately. Yeah. Come on, cuz.
So, is it fair for a man to, I don't want to use the word demand because sometimes demand can be harsh, but is it fair for a man to request respect from anybody when they first don't respect themselves? Like, how do they know Like, how does that work?
Well, men, before you can, I'm not going to say request because it's not a request.
Okay.
You're going to give me respect or you're going to get out of here. A request leaves it in the other person's ball court to say, maybe I will, maybe I won't. No, you will.
Okay.
So it is a demand. And men, if you are not respecting yourself, you can't expect women to respect you. I don't care how much you huff and puff, how much you go through. You better respect me. Respect yourself. You have no grounds to stand on when you don't respect yourself. You have no traction. It's like a car with bald tires in the snow. You ain't going nowhere because you have not addressed the issue. We've got to address the issue. Men, what gives your life traction is the way you treat yourself. People will follow the mold of that traction. But if there is no traction, if you're working with bald tires and there's no traction, people are going to treat you just like they're going to keep on slipping up, slipping by, slipping through. Oops, sorry, that slipped. You didn't mean to say that. Nah, we ain't going to do all that. I don't care if you're the bishop. I don't care if you're the archbishop. I don't care if you're the pope. I don't care if you're the president. I don't care if you're my wife. I don't care. Whoever you are, you must address me with respect. If not, now you're calling out a different side of me. Now you're see, there was a part in 40-Year-Old Virgin that was one of my favorite parts. And in that movie, Kevin Hart starts arguing with the retail store guy. And he's like, yeah, nigga, nigga. He said, after a while, he said, ain't gonna be too many niggas up in here. And after a while, he says, you call for a nigga here now. And you gotta understand, when you call for certain things out of that man and it shows up, you better know how to handle it. If you're a woman, your voice better come down. You better start saying, you know what? All right, my bad. I didn't mean to address you that way because that's not the person I wanted to show up. That is not who I want to deal with today. If you another man, unless you got some hand skills, better change your tone. Better change your tone. And even if you have hand skills, you don't know what you're dealing with on the other side of that other guy. You might can fight. He might not be a fighter, but he might be a killer. A lot of these people running around here with guns can't fight. They're killers, but they're not fighters. So let me see. Let me see that post you just put up with Roosevelt. That part of those conversations that need to be had. Oh, that's part of those conversations that need to be had. If we aren't respecting ourselves and our women see that, they should say that. It's not the woman's job to say that. Let me. If we always turn our power or our responsibility over to others concerning ourselves, we'll always be at their mercy. They'll always be able to they'll be able to manipulate us in ways that we don't even think. No, we have to monitor our behavior. We have to monitor our own stuff. And how does the scripture say? The scripture says, it says, work out your own soul salvation. Work out your emotions. You got to go into your emotions, and you got to go into the way you think. You have to go into the way you handle things, and you have to begin to physician heal thyself. Those are parts of you that you cannot afford to put in anybody else's hands. You must do it. Because when you do it, you're going to do it carefully enough where you don't destroy yourself. Most times, unless you're drug addicted, unless you're dealing with addiction of any kind, you know. But it's our job. I cannot outsource my responsibility to somebody else and then expect them to respect me as a man. Because then that woman becomes a mother instead of your woman. And a lot of people are laying up with their mamas. A lot of people are laying up with their mamas. Nah, this ain't that type of situation, bro. We've got to do the job. I've got to know. No, Mel, you talking wrong. No, Mel, you talking a little heavy-handed. No, Mel, you don't know what you're talking about. So maybe you just need to be quiet and listen for a minute. When I put the checks and balances on myself, then I can control my world. Too many men are walking around passing control over to other people and then wanting the same respect that men who control themselves get. Nah, you need a girl, you need a woman to put you on the leash and ring you in. No, I don't need no woman to ring. I know how to ring myself in. The only time I would suggest that a woman even try to rein a man in is when she knows that he's about to make a decision that is not going to affect them in the best of ways. Nah, baby, calm down. Baby, calm down. Come on, I'll go make some food. I'll get things together. I'll go in the kitchen. I'll cook something and I'll rub your feet. I'll run a bath. I'll do whatever you need, baby. Just calm down. That should be the woman cajoling a calmness out of you, bringing you down. Because there are times where we as men, where we interact with other men, we come into a point where it's like, nah, bro, I'm gonna knock your block off, and ain't nothing you can do about this. You've been talking too reckless. I gotta show you. Now I must show you who the real man is in this situation. You know, a lot of and in these days and times, they'll label it toxic masculinity, but it's not toxic. It's not toxic. Why am I messing up with this word toxic? It's not toxic at all. What it actually is a man setting boundaries. And when our boundaries have been crossed, now you are in the wrong territory. And you will not take territory from me, not the ones that belong to me. Now we have an issue. Now we got a problem. Now I'll tear all this up. I'll tear this whole job up. And who gonna stop me? I'll tear this whole church up. And who gonna stop me? Because somebody crossed the boundary. You cannot cross boundaries of respect and expect to come out safe. Play with something safe. Don't play with me. My father has a voice. My father, when he get upset, like, all right. But then the other voice comes out when he's had enough. And that voice is, nigga, who you talking to? And when that voice come out, that's when you got to know, like, okay, hold up, wait a minute. Time out. Let me check myself. Maybe I did something wrong. My bad, Dad. What I was trying to say is, if that happens in the human kingdom, in the animal kingdom. Look at these dogs. When one dog is the alpha and the other dog is trying to take his seat, that alpha dog is going to check that lower dog, that beta dog. He's going to check him and remind him, no, bro, you're beta. I'm alpha. And if you keep messing with me, I'm going to be your omega. This is how things work. And what happens is society will try to trick you into believing in toxic masculinity. And they'll label it men who are over aggressive. No, the reason why most men show aggression is because boundaries are being crossed. The reason why most men won't, if there are too many women who work in the masculine frame and never get called toxic masculinity, never get that label, and they're working in a masculine frame, but just because their body parts say they're women. See, and then you look at that and society says, oh yeah, but you can switch that anytime you want. You can be the man today, you can be the woman tomorrow, you can be a truck, you can be a bridge, you could be whatever you want to be.
Not a truck.
And here, next thing you know, people are confused. And the whole world is looking here at America like, what are y'all doing? While the world may not be perfect, but there is a knowing of everybody's boundaries. But when you can call you, I'm a camel. I identify as a camel. What? And this is how ridiculous it's getting over here. You've got to know who you are. You got to maintain your voice in who you are. And the way you use your voice will determine the amount of respect that you garner. We all come with, from jump, everybody comes with a certain amount of respect. And by the way you use your voice determines how much of the stock of that goes up or down. Talk to me nice, you talk to me kindly, we have open communication, we're going to be on a good foot all the time. You start lying, you start deceiving, you start manipulating, you start talking harshly, you start saying stuff that you shouldn't say, guess what's going to happen? You was calling for a nigga here now. And I know some of y'all might be watching like, oh, this language is too much for me. Then you really aren't concerned about the matters of a man's heart. Because a man is going to communicate, and sometimes that communication is not always going to be the most sophisticated, but it's going to be effective. Men want to be effective. Women want all the dressings and all the niceties. But ladies, if you're not hearing me in my soft voice, my nice voice, my gentle voice, if you're not hearing me in my gentleness, then I have to put a little pep in it. Let me throw a little pepper up in here. Yo, lady, you all right? What's going on with you? You good? Fix that. Don't treat me like that. That's not kind. That's not nice, and I don't like it. When a man gets to that point, at that point, you know, oh, let me chill out. Hold on, let me chill out. But if you keep pushing, the next level isn't that. The next level is like, yo, who you talking to? And when it gets there, I tell men, when you see your voices there, that's when you go, you know what? All right, cool. Remove yourself. Because now whenever a woman acts in a masculine frame with a man, she's calling out war with that man. And you are not equipped for that battle. Women have a power that can tame the savage beast. Use it. Be smart and use it. When you use that, yes, Robin Jackson, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. When you use your femininity, your femininity can calm the overly excited masculine beast that can come out. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And guys, when women start talking softer and lower, and they begin to, okay, baby, I'm sorry, baby, you got to learn how to get off the gas. You can't keep it. Because that's what I'm talking about. And you, no. Now you calm down too, so you can have civil discussion. So you can have the ability to move the relationship forward. So you can now begin to raise the stock of your respect that you desire and the respect that you give. And it was so funny that RESPECT came through the mouth of a woman. So I'll say this to every woman again, like I said last week. The beginning of toxic masculinity, it's always birthed from toxic femininity. Because the mothers raise the children, the mothers run the house, the mothers teach and nurture the children. So you can nip a lot of toxic masculinity, which I'll claim is toxic masculinity, in the bud just by teaching your children how to be respectful, how to be kind, how to be loving, how to hear each other out, how to build one another in positive talk. Yo, if women really understood the power they have, then men wouldn't have to overexert, trying their best to show men. I don't have to try and show you manhood. When you look at me, you know you're looking at a man. You know you're looking at a man that deserves respect. You don't have to try. I have to try. No, you know. And if you don't see it, then you blind. And since you can't see it, I'll help you feel it. And I'm not talking about with my hands, ladies, because I don't hit women. But I will tell you this, in this day and time, I know there was one time where I had a situation with a woman who was more of the manly stature, and she tried to outman me, and I had to let her know, you got 5 seconds to get out my face. That's all I'm telling you, because I'm not gonna let no woman who over here in the gym trying to compete with me lifting weights, you ain't gonna hit me. You're not gonna hit me, because the minute you hit me, your life is but a vapor. You know what I'm saying? And I'll say this and I'll end, because I know we had our time. We have to learn to operate within our frames. There is a masculine frame that we are both male and female, but males need to operate in their masculine frame. Women need to operate in their feminine frame. There will be times of creativity that we as men produce, but our creativity will always be linked to our logic as well. Women, so the logic will determine the creativity. With women, the creativity determines the logic. You know what I'm saying? And we have to learn how, as men, we have to think things through. Think about the things you're about to do. Think about how you're going to react. Think about the people in your life and think about the things that they pull out of you. If that woman ain't pulling out gentleness from you, she ain't the right one. If that woman is not pulling out support and kindness and she's not pulling out teaching you how to explore, not having to be rah-rah all the time, she ain't the one. If she's the one talking about, let me go get my boyfriend, she ain't the one. Whole lot of men have died because she went and got her boyfriend. Love y'all. This is Men's Month. Let's go, men. Let's go.
Whew. Again, this has been eye-opening and heartfelt. Last week, women, we learned about the voice and the power of the voice of a man. This week, we are learning how to respect. Oh, wait, we got one more question. Can we please
come on,
address
bring it
this?
on in. Bring it on in.
It says, what if she is being that kind and gentle towards the man and it's not being accepted?
CV, then you move on. You can't force a gift on another. If the gift is not received, then guess what? You take your gift and you move on and you give it to someone who is deserving. So many times we're fighting. I'm not gonna fight you to respect you. No, I'm going to go to somebody who wants to be respected. Respect is it's a two-way street. It's non-negotiable. If you can't accept me respecting you, then you have deep mental issues, emotional issues that you need to work out. And while you're working out your mental and emotional issues, I'm going to be up the block enjoying the rest of my life. Never tether yourself to disrespect. Never tether yourself to people who are obstinate, to people who are non-listening, but they're so verbal. So much to say, but you never listen to nobody else. Nah, you're a fool in the making, and I have to get away from
you. Whew. Well, I hope that answered your question, CV, right? Yeah, because it answered mine, and it was my question, but I got it. I'm not going to fight you to respect you. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not. That's what I'm not going to do. This has been another wonderful segment with Jamel Lewis. Real quickly, I see you and he's quiet, but hey, Bishop Courtney Bradley, I see you on the line. Thank you for being with us today.
What's good, Bishop Court?
So again, this platform for the month of June is dedicated to the men, matters of the heart, the male perspective with Jamel Lewis. Thank you all for who have been tuning in and will continue to tune in for the rest of the month. Again, next week, we're celebrating me for my birthday. I hope all 500 of y'all show up for me like y'all show up for Jamel. But if not, it's okay. He'll be back on the 22nd and the 29th. But thank you again for such an enlightening and heartfelt discussion on behalf of the men, women. We are taking notes. We are learning. We are tweaking our discernment of what to do, what not to do, how to be respected, how to speak, what to accept. This has been good for both parties, even though it's dedicated to the men. I love it. I love all of it. And I pray that this is being a blessing and helping everyone who tunes in. Again, catch the replay if you missed it. Watch it again on YouTube to get your notes. I try to get it in. I keep telling you, I have pen and paper. I be trying to get it in. But lately, I've been watching the replays because it's so rich. It's rich and it's healthy. And this is what we need on this journey towards our bigger, better, greater. We're working on the external and we're working on the internal. And this is why this platform is so important. Again, thank you, Jamel Lewis, again for your wisdom, your knowledge, your time, your sacrifice. We love you. You're like our favorite guest preacher.
Hey, I love y'all for real.
You and my bishop. I tell you, they tune in for y'all. I swear. But I love it. I love it. I love it. So again, until next week. Y'all stay safe and stay encouraged. Love you. Bye.